Welcome to Side Hustle Rules. My name is Lou Reyes. In this video, I'm going to guide you through a three-step process that you can use to create a top-selling digital product. Now, I follow these steps myself, so I can attest to their effectiveness. But in addition to showing you how you can create this product, I also want to show you how you can take your sales to another level, a level where you can potentially generate thousands of dollars a month and recurring income. I'll explain everything right after this break. Come on. Welcome back. My name is Lou Reyes. Now, if you're not familiar with me, I'm the current owner of the Side Hustle Rules and the Over 50 TV YouTube channels. I'm also the former owner of a chain of business-to-business magazines. I owned a weekly newspaper, a couple national trade show companies. I ran a weekly radio program, and I started almost a dozen other businesses, and I started all of those businesses from scratch. Now, you may be wondering, why am I telling you this? Well, I'm telling you this because the insight and the tips that you're going to get here on Side Hustle Rules, they're firsthand, real-world stuff, and you're getting them from a guy who's built businesses that have generated millions of dollars in sales. So if getting tips from someone who's actually walked the walk, if that's important to you, well, then subscribe to Side Hustle Rules. So now, let's dig into this three-step process that you can use to create a top-selling digital product. The process involves using three popular digital platforms. You're going to use ChatGPT, you're going to use Canva, and you're going to use Gumroad. Now, if you already know how to use those platforms, then you definitely have a leg up in this entire process. But if you don't know how to use them, if you're not familiar with them, well, don't worry, because these products, these platforms are pretty much intuitive. They're easy. If you have a question, though, let's just say later on you get off this video, you have a question or two, and you go through it a couple times, you still can't figure it out, send me a message. I'll be happy to answer your question. Now, I also want to recommend something else. I want to recommend that you create a folder on your desktop. In that folder, you're going to use it to create or to hold your digital assets, and it's going to be stuff that you create here as we go along. Now, to illustrate this process where you're going to create a top-selling digital product, what I'm going to do is I'm going to create a digital travel guide. I'm going to use that to illustrate how you go about creating and selling the product. And I'm going to also use it to show you how you can make a lot of money. You can generate a lot of sales with a digital product, especially a digital travel guide. Now, you can create almost any kind of a product, but I picked this particular product because I recently decided, you know what, I'm going to create a digital travel guide for one of my favorite vacation spots, which happens to be St. Croix, the United States Virgin Islands. It's a great location, great place. I love it. I'm familiar with it. I know I can create something that has a lot of value for the people who purchase this product. So my travel guide, my digital travel guide, I'm going to show you how to create that. And let's start with ChatGPT. So here we are on ChatGPT, and what I'm going to do is I'm going to basically just go in and say, hey, ChatGPT, tell me the 10 best locations to visit in St. Croix, as I said, the U.S. Virgin Islands. So I'm just going to type into ChatGPT, and I'm not sure that you'll be able to see what I type in, but you'll definitely be able to see what ChatGPT generates. So let me go ahead and type it in here. I'm going to say, hey, ChatGPT, tell me the 10 best places to visit in St. Croix, it's U.S. It used to be British Virgin Islands. Now it's U.S. Virgin Islands. And give it a question mark. I don't even need a question mark, I don't think. But I'm going to go ahead and type that in. And now let's see what it generates for us. Because what I'm doing, before I hit the generate button, the little arrow button, what I'm doing is just getting content for my digital travel guide. Now, let me say this. I've already been to St. Croix, British Virgin Islands, and I'll be back again actually in a few months. But I've already been there. So I know the areas. So I don't have to do a lot of research. But what I like about ChatGPT is it'll tell me the 10 best locations or 10 places you want to visit, but I can actually dive deeper into it. I can say, hey, give me a great description of each location. Then as I build my digital travel guide, if I want to go back for additional information, I can go back to ChatGPT and say, hey, give me an additional tip on what someone should bring along for the trip, you know, in terms of like how large should the suitcase be? What kind of items should I pack in my suitcase? What's the temperature like? What's the weather like? I can ask all kinds of questions. So that's why I love ChatGPT. And I've got the version 3.5. I'll be getting 4.0 soon. But let's go ahead and hit the button. Let's see what ChatGPT will generate for us. Okay, there you go. There you go. So quick. Tells me the places to visit. And as it's generating those places, yeah, I've been to most of those. Some of them I haven't been to. Number 7, I haven't been to the golf club there. But yeah, I've been to almost, I'd say 7 out of the 10. That's great. But it gives me some additional places. It also gives me the copy that I can use for my digital travel guide. I love it. Now what I'm going to do, though, is I'm going to type in something else here. I'm going to say, what's the weather like? What's the best time of year to visit St. Croix, British Virgin Islands? So I'll say, hey, ChatGPT. And again, I don't know that you can read it because it's at the very bottom of the page when I'm typing in. But again, you'll be able to see what ChatGPT generates. Hey, ChatGPT, what is the best time of year to visit St. Croix, U.S. Virgin Islands, and what is the weather like? Now, this is all I'm getting information as much as I can. I'm getting all of this information for my digital travel guide. Again, I want to create a lot of value, because if you don't create value, you're not going to sell it. People are not going to want to buy something. If they buy it, they're not going to be happy. You want happy customers. So let's go ahead. I type in, ask ChatGPT, what is the best time of year to visit, and what's the weather like? There we go. There we go. Excellent. There you go. It's giving me the high season, the weather, everything that a traveler would want to know. And I can keep asking it questions, but this is basically for a demonstration purpose, even though I am going to use this information from my own travel guide, the travel guide that I'm creating. But I wanted to show you the kind of information that we can get using ChatGPT. Okay, I think we're ready to create our travel guide, our digital travel guide. And as you can see, I am here on Canva. Now, this is my Canva account. I've got the pro version. It's about $12, I think, or so every month. I think maybe I might have said about $10, but it's actually about $12 a month. So what I'm going to do is I already typed in here travel guide, as you can see, and I'm just going to type it in again just so that you can see me do it. And then I'm going to go ahead and I am going to hit return. Now I want to mention that I've already been on this page. I've created some of the items that I need for my travel guide. And one of the items that we need is, of course, we need the travel guide. So I'm going to the templates, travel guide templates. And as you can see, there are plenty of them. Now you don't have to create a travel guide. You can create a lot of other items. If you got an idea, type it into Canva. Look and see if they have what you're looking for. You say you want to create a book or a booklet or a training manual. You can go ahead and do a number of things using Canva's templates. So we're creating the digital travel guide. I've used this template already. Click on that. You can see there are a number of pages that you can use, and it makes it really nice, because if you're traveling, it gives you everything you need. It gives me the introduction, talks about choosing your destination. We're gonna actually customize everything on here. Gives you an itinerary, talks about packing lists, so it gives you information on that. Talks about local culture, exploring restaurants. You can add restaurants on here. Something else, you can get information from ChatGPT. What are the best restaurants to visit in St. Croix, U.S. Virgin Islands? I can type that in and get all the information I need. Find some photos, whether it's on Canva or online. I can do that as well. Travel budget, contact us. So let's go ahead. Let's customize this just to give you an idea how easy it is to do. Some of you have already done this. I understand. But let's go ahead. Let's type in Japan trip. I'm going to type in St. Croix trip, And then I'm going to go ahead. I like that, but I like it to stand out a little bit more, maybe a lot more. So I'll enlarge it just by, let's just say that to 80. I'll make it 85. I'm just throwing a guess out there. I've highlighted it. You can see it just increased in size. Now, if I decide I wanted to highlight it, enlarge it even more, I could do that. I could go up to, let's say we're going to go to 90. And just try 95, just so I can show you how to do it. Now it turned into 2 lines. I'm going to take that handle, what we call the handle, and stretch it out a little bit here so it's centered. Now it may still be a little bit large, so I'm going to highlight it again. I'll go down to 92, just doing a guesstimate, but I shrunk it a little bit. And there you go. Raise it up a little bit. I could raise it up, could raise it down, however I want to do it. So now this is my front page of my travel guide. I like it, except maybe I'll change that top and say fun in the sun, like that. Now look at that, just turned out. I could have made it even longer if I wanted a longer catchphrase, but I like it overall. So now what I'm going to do is I'm going to go down here to the introduction. Now, if I want to take some of the copy that I got from ChatGPT, I can ask ChatGPT, hey, give me an introduction. Tell me why people should visit St. Croix, British Virgin Island. It'll give me all that information here. And then, of course, I'll take that, what I get from ChatGPT, paste it in here, make sure it looks good. I like this Jeep. I've been to St. Croix. I know that if you want to get around, the roads aren't good, use a Jeep. So I'm going to leave that there. I'll talk about that in my travel guide. Now we're down to choose a destination, the 3rd page on my travel guide. I don't like these photos, obviously, because it's not St. Croix, but I will put, let me go ahead and just put a photo in here. Then I'll type in a name, just so I can show you. I'm going to go up here and type in, well, first I'm going to go here to elements. Now I've already been in here on the elements, but if I want to put photos inside these little circles or even replace those circles with a square, I can do that. But let's do this. I got these photos, these seascapes, just by going up here and typing in, I think I typed in seascapes or maybe ocean. And yeah, there we go. But I'm going to go back to what I had. I'm going to go back to my elements. This is the ones that I recently used. And let me just take one of these and I just click on it and slide it right over to here. And what happens? Bam, it fits right in there. It's just perfect. Makes it so easy to do. And again, you don't have to worry whatsoever in terms of the ease. I think it's very intuitive, but you'll try it and you'll see. And I'm going to take another one and just see if I can slide it in there. Yep, fits right inside there. Sometimes you have to play with it a little bit, but obviously you can see you just basically grab and drop. That's all you do. Change the name here. I want to change the name to beach. Down here, I'll say palms. That's a good one. It's short and sweet. So again, just an example of all the things that you can do using this program. Now let's say we've gone ahead, we've filled everything in that we need, and now we're ready to go ahead and we're ready to download it to the file that we've already saved, because we want to save this into a file. All I've got to do is click on the share, go down here to download, and then what happens? It says download. Now I'm not going to download this particular one because I've already downloaded one, but I've just showed you how easy it is to do. So there you go. We have our travel guide. If you've got any questions, you can always send me a message, send me an email, or make a comment in the comment section. As you can see, we are now on Gumroad. We are finished using, for a few minutes anyway, we're finished using ChatGPT. For a few minutes, we're done using Canva. Now we're on Gumroad. We'll probably want to go back to both of the other two platforms at some point. But we're on Gumroad right now. So let's get into the dash. And I am on my home page on Gumroad. Now, I say on my home page because I've already set my Gumroad account up. Went in, hit gumroad.com. Filled all the information that it asked me to fill in, including my bank account information, which is what you're going to want to do if you want to get paid. So I did all of that stuff. And now it says, hey, getting started. It says customize your profile. I've done it. Get your first payout. That's also checked off. Create your first product. That's also checked off because I've done that. This is for demonstration purposes only. I want to point that out. but it's what you'll see when you decide you're going to go ahead and open a Gumroad account. Now, there are other types of other platforms similar to Gumroad. I like Gumroad. Charges me a 10% fee when I make a sale. They also have a small little fee they also charge. I think it's just a Gumroad fee, but I like the platform. So let's go over to the product page. Now, the product page is where I've already created a product, and that is my travel guide. But if you come over to Gumroad, one of the first things you're going to do is you're going to come to this page, which is the new product. What are you creating? If you decide you want to go with a digital product, maybe you want to create a travel guide in your neighborhood. Well, you know what? You can do that following the steps that I've shown you here. But the steps that you follow are steps that you can follow if you want to create a course or an ebook or a membership platform, or you want to sell physical goods, or you want to bundle everything. Say you want to sell 2 different products or 3 different products. That's called a bundle. You can do that as well. So digital product, you give it a name. Course, you give it a name. Any of those, you give them names. Now what I'm going to do though is I've done this. I've created the digital product. So we're going to jump over to my digital products. Let's cancel out of here. There's my digital product. I'm going to click on it so you can see what I've created. And this is the page that you'll also see. Now on this page, you're going to need a couple things. You're going to need copy, and you're going to need some additional art, which you can use Canva to create that additional art. And the copy, you can go back and you can use ChatGPT. Now, ChatGPT will create your description, your product description. No matter what product you're selling, you'll need a product description. So I created this. ChatGPT did this very nicely, I think. It gave me some additional stuff that I wanted, like top 10 places to visit, what to pack, local culture, where to dine, transportation, and what you should budget. So when I'm ready to sell this, I will tell you, I will have other information that'll say top 10 places to visit. Well, I'll put some more information about that. I want the people that are looking at my digital guide, travel guide, to want to buy it. So the more information I can give them without giving them too much, you know what? I want to just get them excited about the travel guide. So yeah. Now, whatever I put over here is also going to be under preview. So, and I'm going to show that to you in a minute. Now I'm going to scroll down a little bit more. Here's the URL that is so important. Now, once we have input some more art and copy, I'm going to click on, I'll use the URL. I'm going to go ahead and copy. As a matter of fact, I'll show it to you now. And what we're going to do is show you what someone will see when they look at that link. Say I put the link on Facebook. This is what's going to pop up. I'll show it to you. I'll go to a new window, put in that link. And this is what a person will see. The first thing they'll see is this digital travel guide. Think fun in the sun. Discover beautiful St. Croix, BVI. It's actually USVI. Got to fix that. And then down here it says the name, the travel guide. It's got some copy. It's got my price. And over here it says this product is currently not for sale because it's not ready to be sold. I haven't decided that I'm ready to sell it. But when I am, you can bet that'll be a button that someone can press when they want to buy it. So now that's the digital travel guide. That's what it's going to look like. That's what the ad will look like. It's beautiful if you really look at that. So now we're going to get out of here. We're going to go back to our page, and we've input, as I said, I've input copy that I asked ChatGPT to generate a description of our product. I've also created a cover using Canva. Now, all I did with Canva to create the cover, as I just mentioned to you a few seconds ago, was I just took the cover from the travel guide, I copied that cover, and I pasted it into some dimensions that Gumroad asked me for, and just took those dimensions, pasted it into Canva, saved that file to my file on my computer, and then when I was when I needed the cover, I just went into my computer, pulled out the cover, and then I placed it here. Now, also Gumroad asked me for a thumbnail. I just did the same process, copied the cover and pasted that information into a 600 by 600 pixel PX for pixel in a JPEG or PNG format. I think I used a PNG format, but it doesn't matter. I mean, you use one of those three. product information. There's a call to action. I like that they even have that in there. There's a summary. I asked ChatGPT to give me a 50-word, I think it was a 50-word summary of my travel guide. It gave me the summary, and that summary is right over here on the right side. Went down here to integrations. I don't really need to do any integrations, but you can look at for yourself. I don't have a Discord server at this second, but actually I had a meeting over the weekend, and I'll have a Discord soon. Pricing is $7.95. Then I've got the different versions, offer variations of this product. So I want to have a super premium travel guide. Well, that's where that would come into play, and I actually charge more for that. Here's some settings. You can check those out for yourself. Specify a refund policy for this product. I don't have a refund policy that I use. It could help you because someone will think, hey, I can buy this. I've got nothing to lose. If they like it, they keep it. I don't think most people actually take advantage of or ask for a refund, but I just don't offer a refund. I think I give you enough value, and I think that should be enough. So I never have a refund policy. But again, this will just show you what you can go through. And I've just given you really just a brief taste of what Gumroad can offer you. There's other platforms you can use. I like Gumroad, as I think I've mentioned a couple different times now. But it gives you analytics. It gives you lots of information. Gumroad's a great platform. Then all you do is you save it, you continue, and then when you're ready, you take that link and you paste it somewhere. So now we're finished with the 3 steps. Now the 4th thing that I do want to talk about is how you can make some extra money with your digital product. Well, there you go, my friends. I've just shown you a very efficient way to create a digital product. It's using those 3 platforms. I love using ChatGPT. I think it's a very efficient way to create copy. I also very much enjoy Canva. It's one of my all-time favorite platforms that I've used, and I've used a lot over the years to create magazines, create newspapers, had staff creating ads. I mean, it's just this. Canva is just such a great platform. Love it. And of course, Gumroad. Gumroad's also a platform I use regularly. It's also one of my favorites. But now, put all 3 of those together. Create a digital product in one way that you can generate money other than the typical way of, we're going to sell our digital product. Or maybe in some cases, which I highly recommend you include affiliate links on that digital product. That's another super way of doing it. But here's what I consider almost an even better way. It's to sell advertising and sponsorships whenever you can. Now, when it comes to a digital product like a travel guide, to me, it's just an easy way to generate revenue. Hundreds, if not thousands of dollars every single month with a digital travel guide. You can update your travel guide every 2 or 3 months. Maybe I would do it at least every quarter. Sometimes you could do it 6 months, but I would update that digital travel guide every quarter or update it with the seasons. That's another way to do it. Another reason that you will be giving and selling a digital travel guide. Say you create one, and then what you do is you tell people, hey, then when the season changes, we come out with a brand new edition. It'll cost an extra $2 or $3 to add that to your subscription. But yeah, you can do that as well. But I love the idea of selling advertising, selling sponsorships, because you can get hundreds, if not thousands of dollars from an individual company. And it just all depends on how popular your digital product is. That's the only limit on the money you can make. But you can start making money, and I'm convinced if you work really hard at it, if that's what you want to do, you create a digital product, you don't do it just for passive income, but you do it, you're aggressive, you look at making a lot more money than you would make normally just with the other ways. Although I will say I do love affiliate income. So all I got for you. If you got any questions, please go ahead. Please go ahead and send me a message, make a comment. Give me your feedback. I'd love to hear it. Also, don't forget to subscribe to Side Hustle Rules. That's all I got for you. Have a great day, everybody.